Ah, Hello, my name is Chris, and welcome to Geeks Under Grace, and I would like to ask you the question that I was asked this week by a young member of my family. Is it okay for Christians to cuss? So from time to time, even here on Geeks Under Grace, we've explored the topic, is it okay for Christians to cuss? So the question implies something that intrinsically we know has something to do with culture. It has something to do with a thing that we realize is already questionable in its entirety. And some people would defend their idea. They say, well, I have freedom in Christ, so therefore it's okay for me to cuss. It doesn't really say anything about it in the Bible. The only thing that comes close in the Bible is in Ephesians. It says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. Now, that's not exactly talking about cussing. It's somewhat related to some sort of cousin in there, but it's not exactly saying that we shouldn't be cussing. So when this question is asked of me from a Christian who's looking for an answer, and of course what they want me to do is they want me to give them an answer. Now, there's a pretty good chance that that person is going to want me to give the answer that they want to hear. They just want that idea reinforced, of course. Let's dig really deep and take just a few seconds to really go deep into this issue. Now, I am a Great Commission, Great Commandment kind of person. So Jesus gives us the greatest commandment, which is to love one another. And then we are given the Great Commission, which is to go into all the world and make disciples of everyone. To do the Great Commission, we have to have in our hearts the Great Commandment at all times. And that means that we have to do those things that we may find a little bit odd to our own nature. Let me give you an example. In Corinthians, there's an account where Paul is writing a letter to the church at Corinth, and there apparently is some sort of argument that is broken out amongst the church at Corinth about eating meat that has been sacrificed to idols. Now, the cultural significance of this is that the meat had been sold at the market that had been sacrificed to idols was sold at a discounted rate. It was cheaper meat than the fresh meat that another marketeer might have there available to sell. And many in the church had begun to grumble because they didn't believe that Christians should eat meat that had been sacrificed to idols. Paul writes back and he says, you know what? It's perfectly free to do so. You're perfectly free to choose to eat that meat that has been sacrificed to idols in the market. However, he says we should not present a stumbling block before others. We shouldn't present a stumbling block to people who either are new believers or people who are potential believers, that our behavior could maybe do something in their walk that could kind of throw them off course. So he's saying, while you're perfectly free to do this thing, should you do this thing? And that was the question that we have to ask. We have to come back around full circle to this cussing thing and say, is this something that, yeah, we are probably free to do, but should we do it? So rather than answering this question, I'm going to leave you with a question. What is your witness worth? Eternally speaking, what is your witness worth to those around you? Are you willing to exercise your freedom to the point that you will actually sacrifice your witness to somebody nearby? And yes, that is a possibility. There's a cultural understanding that cussing isn't exactly mainstream, isn't exactly part of what Christians do. And so therefore, when somebody sees something doing something that they have this idea disagrees with a cultural, relevantly understood version of Christianity, it can put you in a place where you miss the opportunity to witness with somebody. Is that worth it to you? It takes a deeper look at the subject, and you have to commit to praying and looking at it from a deeper level, and I hope you'll do that. Hey, happy Sunday to you. All these links around here, if you go and check out Geeks Under Grace, there's all sorts of fun things going on, and you can join in that fun, of course, and I hope you have the blessed of Sundays. Thanks for watching.